Hello and welcome to Audrey the Icon Adventures. I'm Connie.
And I'm Daryl.
And this is Audrey the Icon.
G'day. Thanks for coming along. We just sat down out of Coldie. Just put another 690 k's onto Rocky here. We picked him up at 3 o'clock Tuesday afternoon. It's now about 6 o'clock Saturday evening.
Yep.
And we've got over 1,400 kilometres on him already. We had 760 on him before we even left for this trip. We've just been knocking the Ks up quicker than you could believe because we're told we need to do 1,500 Ks before we can tow. And we've got a towing appointment in about 9 days time, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yep.
So what better way than to go for a drive out into the country, go to a classic pub. We'll have a great meal later.
Certainly will.
Kick back, relax. I've been here 5 times. You've been here, this is your 3rd.
Mm-hmm.
And we got a super simple camp set up in the background. You might see the top of our quick shade in the background there. We just wanted to give you a quick rundown on what our first 1,400 kilometres, 5 days worth of ownership of a Ford Super Duty Super Cab has been to us. So I haven't prepared any questions, so this is all going to be seat of the pants. Let's see how we go. Just ignore the old Aussie wave. We've got a couple of little black fellas around here that want to come and buzz and say g'day. So Connie, from the moment you picked Rocky up on Tuesday afternoon until now, what's your initial impression?
Okay, well, he's been comfortable. I enjoy driving. The handling has been really good. I actually think I was the first one to take him off-road, which is saying something considering it's usually you.
I'll jump in there for a sec. We picked him up on Tuesday afternoon. Before we had 70 kilometres on the odometer, Connie had found the dirt. Not four-wheel drive or anything, just literally on the dirt. At the 100 kilometre mark, still on the dirt.
I expected him to be really big and that I was going to have trouble getting in and out and everything else. And
Right.
so I've been pleasantly surprised
Very good.
that I can actually get in and out quite easily without injuring myself. And even with the back, I've been able to access the hatches and everything without any real difficulty. I can access all the things within, so it's been really good.
Yep. Okay, so we'll talk about the back in a little bit, okay? All right, so what's your favourite thing about him thus far?
Favourite thing? Well, I liked it the other night when I was driving in the dark and that I was above the headlights instead of getting blinded by them. So the height and accessibility that I get from sitting up that little bit higher.
Okay. All right. For me, favourite thing. See, I haven't thought about this. As I said,
You asked the question.
Seat of the pants type of a little Q&A here. My favourite thing about him would have to be the comfort and the presence on the road. Like, he's bigger than a normal Ranger. Not ridiculously so though. You can't even compare Rocky here to an F-150. I did drive an F-150 just yesterday afternoon, and I tell you what, you put your foot down in an F-150, that thing gets up and goes. It gets from 50 to 90 way quicker than a truck that size should. Whereas old Rocky here, you put your foot down like that, he's never going to go that fast, because we all have to remember the market that Rocky is built for. He's built for mining, government and industry. They don't want us to be able to put your foot down and get up and go like there's no tomorrow. They want it to just go and be safe.
I guess that said though, like I'm really impressed with the fuel economy because we've got Well, it's a brand new car. We've been driving it to drive it in, and we're still getting 12.5 as the average kilometres.
Yes.
So, you know what I mean, average per 100.
Yep.
So, you know, that's pretty good, I think.
Well, considering how heavy he is, I appreciate he's about, round numbers, he's about 2950 empty. All right, that's with the standard tray. I've taken the sides off the tray just for the moment. They will be coming back. I've just put 170 kilograms of boxes and drawers on. And I've probably put a couple of 100 kilos of gear in there, including in the cabin with us, plus ourselves and some personal gear. Like, I always allow 100 kilos for a person and their personal gear. Doesn't mean they weigh 100 kilos, it's just allow that and you're safe. And today I'd say we were on the other side of 3,500 kilos going down the road. And on the flat terrain, yeah, he was tickling 10s and 11s with the current fuel usage. The average fuel usage is, as you say, well, since we filled up a little earlier today, is running at about 12.3.
Yep.
And that's pretty good going. Most of that's been driving at 100 kilometres an hour. Most of it's just on typical outback rough road. Some of it they call highway. The
Loosely.
dirt that we've driven on has actually been better than any of the bitumen we've driven on today, or just about any of the bitumen. So a nice mixture of dirt, rough bitumen, some smooth bitumen, plenty of hilly, windy stuff. Out the back behind Brisbane, out near like Wivenhoe, Somerset area, we took the back roads there, and that was all quite hilly to make our way up the range. We're out the backside of Toowoomba by far. And yeah, the economy worked out really good. It's going to be interesting to see how that changes over the next few tanks as he runs in a bit more and everything in the engine really beds in properly.
But he had enough grunt when we overtook a few cars and stuff like that, and he did that without too much effort.
That's right. Like, again, he's not a rocket ship. A normal Ranger doing the same overtaking manoeuvre would have done it faster or quicker, should I say? No doubt. Any of the normal twin cab utes would have. This is not a normal ute. Everyone that's out there comparing this to like a Hilux or a standard style next gen Ranger or any of those other, you know, dare I say, do the inverted commas, 3.5 tonne towing capacity utes, you can't compare them because this thing's like 500 or more kilos heavier straight out of the box, probably closer to 700 kilos heavier. With the same power as a lot of them. So it's always going to go slower. That's just simple physics. Something I've noticed I've watched a lot of videos about these, and it's incredible when you see the people get in the comments and go, oh, it's a slug, it's slow, I'm not buying one because it's slow. And I'm like, compared to what? Are you buying it to be your daily, to be able to roar around in? Or are you buying it for a purpose? We bought it for a purpose, and that'll get introduced over time as we hook it up to our trailer and keep going with the mods here, and we'll share it along with you and just see the purpose that we're building Rocky up for. It's not to say it's what you have to do. It's just these people that say, oh, it's a slug. Honestly, if it's slower, it's a slug. Go buy a Raptor, right? Full stop. Because any diesel ute is going to be slow or a slug compared to a Raptor. I don't know of any other ute in that range that's quicker than a Raptor.
No. But we didn't buy it for that. We didn't buy a race car. We wanted a car that will tow the van up with ease.
All right, so initial impressions.
It.
It was $100,000, yep, big chunk of change. When you start sitting down and comparing what you get for your $100,000 compared to anything else, it actually starts looking like really good value for money.
I like all the cameras and stuff that it's got in it as well for, you know.
Well, that's right. I think you need to get maybe a Sport in the Ranger. Will have all the cameras. I'm not sure if an XLT does. It might. Even so, let's say an XLT does. Well, we'll make a presumption. Well, an XLT roughly on the road here in Queensland is about 77 grand. Ballpark figure, right? We had to go tray style as opposed to tub style because reaching over the side of the tub was going to be impossible for Connie, whereas the tray works perfectly for us. So even if we bought a normal Ranger, it would have to be a cab chassis. And then as soon as you start looking at the specification sheet, straight away, cab chassis, no front or rear parking sensors. Like, come on, no way. Literally, this car was waiting for us to pick up, and the night before I was on the Ford site doing a quick comparison to see if I was still buying this or not. And as soon as I saw that there's no front and rear parking sensors, I went, you know what, those things are worth their weight in gold, and here we are. My first, as I said, my first impression is nice and comfortable. No regrets 5 days in, no problems 5 days in, comfortable, put the foot down, does what it wants with the gears to get it into that sweet spot, and off we go.
And the guys over at Nova Ford have been really helpful as well. We've popped back a couple of times to ask a few things, and they've just been fantastic.
Well, we picked Rocky up on Tuesday afternoon. I was back there on Wednesday afternoon to discuss something with him. I can't even remember what now, pardon me. Thursday I wasn't because I was out in the country, and Friday I was back there so they could just
swap the sides over the boxes.
The tubs on the back, they had the water on this side and the storage on the other side, and we want it the other way around, so they did that for us. There's been no problems with him.
No.
We've opted to do 2 boxes on the back. We could have go and buy a tray and canopy deal for in excess of 30 grand. And for us, that's just nowhere near cost effective for us. I know plenty of people will, and hey, great, they can justify it.
It didn't only come down to cost though, it was what we want to do with the area, and having the full solid canopy didn't actually provide what we wanted.
No.
So it wasn't just a cost derivative sort of thing that stopped us from doing that. It was around what we want to put on there and how we want to utilise it for future use, because we want that centre bit to be able to store stuff that's not mixed in with other items.
Well, that's right. So over here we've got all our camping gear, tools, all that sort of guff that you carry. And over the other side, at the moment, it's just got the esky in there. The fridge isn't in yet because I haven't got the second battery in yet.
Out.
And all those things will come over the next month or so as I work out how I'm going to mount it all and cable it and plumb it and work out their water tank that we want to do. So
all the electrics and everything are still to come.
That's exactly right. So we got these on just so we could come away this weekend with most of our camping gear, and ride quality's been great. Very happy. Be it corrugation, rough bitumen, didn't matter. Potholes, just hit them and be done with it. Yeah, he's been good.
Happy.
The aircon. Maybe my favourite thing is typical Ford aircon. So damn cold.
Especially today.
The only complaint about Ford aircon is maybe it's too freaking cold. That's it. It was 42 degrees when we got here, and for the hour or two before getting here, and the aircon was awesome. It's been sitting on sort of anywhere from 22 to 24 degrees for us, just depending on how chilly we get. And so it is typical Ford aircon. Absolutely awesome.
Yep.
Yes. All right. Well, we're going to leave that with you for now. And
we're going to go and have some dinner.
We are going to go to the Ninda Gully pub for some dinner in a little while. Have a big meal. We're going to keep making these little chit-chat videos just to share with you what we're getting up to with Rocky here and the changes that we're making to him for us. Maybe that'll inspire you to do what you want to do with your Super Duty. And if you've got any questions, pop them in the comments below. I will answer you.
He will.
Thank you for now.
Bye,
I
guys.
think this is a bit longer than we planned. So thanks for sticking around, and we'll catch you on the next Super Duty episode. Bye.
Bye.